Welcome back to Monsters of Curiosity. I'm Jenny Evans. If you are watching today's episode, you're going to notice it looks a little bit different because we recorded this while we were in Indonesia. If you're just listening today, nothing's going to change. But the question that we chewed over is, what would you find out about yourself if you actually did the thing you keep talking about? Spoiler, talking about moving to Indonesia. So we ran a little experiment and had a conversation about what was happening. So let's get into it. The segue that you didn't ask for, here they have those sprayers for the down under.
Yeah.
And I will tell you, there is a lot of variety in water pressure because sometimes it is the power washer. And other times it's more gentle and you never know what you're gonna get. I think I've lost a third of my genitals the time that we've been here, where you're like, "Yeah."
I'm just thinking, "Oh, that's so sensitive."
Oh my god. Yeah, you
It
just
gives
never
me
know what you're
these
gonna get.
well, from moving, I installed 2 bidet seats this past weekend, which does have a similar thing to think about with the water pressure, but not quite unknown. I mean, you kinda know, but it's still a surprise sometimes. But wow,
Yeah.
the handheld ones must be like, "Ooh, do I wanna power wash my dishes before I hand do this because I wanna make sure it's okay? I mean, is this for China or is this for the crockery? I don't know."
Yeah. This is on crock pot setting.
Burnt on
Oh,
setting.
man. Which really, like, the bathroom and the shower is the exact same room. So if
Oh,
I was smart, I could just, like, spray it in the area, but no, I'll just be like, "Oh, let's just see what happens this time." Oh, that's good. I like living on the edge.
are you gonna keep, like, a running journal
Yeah,
of power washed cherub peeing out of a
10
fire
out of
hydrant?
10.
Yes. Did the job and then some.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Well, what other travel tips you got for us?
Um, travel tips. Tiffany, what weird things have happened where we're like, "Oh, that's a little note to self." I think I showed this already on the socials. There's only been one place where I was like, "We're not staying here." So we use Booking.com
Yeah,
to find places to stay. We've used it for years. And, we're definitely buying things on the budget end of the deal. But, it's even like on Zillow. The photographer matters. And like a lot of them are magicians. And then you get there and you're like, I don't know. And it's the same as like with real estate. And you walk
yeah.
in someplace and you're like, oh, I think this is it. It just has a vibe. And then there's other places that you walk into and you're like, somebody was murdered here.
And you those those gut reactions are usually true. So, it's like
100%. And, there's a part of me that's like, Jenny, just get over it. It's
no.
it's a bed, it's a shower, but when you're gonna try to also like work in that space, having that prison cell vibe, just
Yeah,
look at me. I'm fucking looking over my, it's
yeah,
it's not conducive. But
no,
the fact that the one place just did not have AC and it was 1,000 degrees with 8,000% humidity, and I was just like,
yeah.
we can't do this for 2 days, like, work
Mm-mm.
here and sleep in this,
Yeah.
but
So
And
otherwise
they
what do
didn't
you
even give
do?
you an orange jumpsuit, so, then forget it.
well,
It's not gonna
Exactly.
happen.
so in this instance, the description said each room has AC, the one that we were at, but then when you scroll down to actually book your room, which I didn't see, there was only one room that had AC, and so the guy I was like I was a broken record. I was not gonna get no for an answer. I just kept showing him. It says right here, each room has AC. We want our money back. And um the rupiah here is all everything's in the hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yes.
So like, we left, and he gave us our money back, and Tiffany was like, "Well, how much would we have lost if he wasn't gonna give us our money back?" And I looked and I was like, $16. But I was fighting for my life because it was
Well,
hundreds of
yeah,
thousands of rupiah.
It's the principle of the thing. It's the principle.
exactly.
Yeah,
It's not yeah, it's like, be fair. I totally get that. If it's booking.com, do you have to talk to the person you booked with and not the company booking.com? Is that how
correct.
that works?
Yeah,
Okay.
so the guy, like, on the spot, he gave us the cash back, and, like, I booked us into another room, so yeah, we really haven't had any big major travel issues, knock on wood, yet, like other times where we've had, missed flights or weird miscommunications. It's been pretty smooth so far, but we've kind of just made the mistake. We do this all the time. We originally were like, if we really want to know whether it's possible to really live and work, we should really spend time in a
Mhm.
place. But there's so many different places to see and investigate. We've never spent more than 2 nights in any one place.
Mhm.
Um, so it's sort of been this blend of, like, hurry up and explore because we have to, like, figure out could we live here, like, look everywhere, look at everything. Then hurry up and work. We've gotta kind of, like, keep that going. Oh, and we're kind of on vacation, so hurry up and have fun, and we keep switching between these
Oh,
3
yeah.
modes. Um Constantly,
Well,
but
and you've got Typhoid Mary with you too, so, I mean, bless
Exact
your heart. You gotta have some recovery time.
uh,
Ah. So,
yeah,
what if you're looking for, like, that work-life balance thing, do you guys when you travel, is it like, "I know it when I see it," or are you, like, doing reconnaissance right now and kind of triaging what is it? It has, like, 16,000 islands, so there's no one has enough time. But it's like,
Yeah.
do you say, "There are 5 places that we've narrowed down that we're gonna start to rank," or none of them will make it on the list, and we'll look for 5 more? I mean, is that how are you doing? Because this is a huge deal.
yeah. We did some research ahead of time as far as what we thought we
Mhm,
might like, and so the first 2 were in Bali, Canggu and Ubud, which, they were immediate no's for me, but I was also checking myself, like, "Jenny, this is just a different environment," and that's our first reaction to just be like, "Oh, this is different, not good," and you start seeing all the reasons why this wouldn't work. I'm
mhm,
glad that we still kind of had to spend time there because a human can get used to anything, and
right.
the more you're in that environment, the more you kinda it starts feeling like the norm,
Mhm,
but yeah, so my first reaction to those 2 cities was like, "Ugh, these are a no," but I was like, "These are the first 2 that we've seen, don't make a decision yet." Um, the 3rd place that we went to in Bali was Cinnamon. It's in a more of, like, a remote valley. I kinda knew this one was probably not gonna be a viable option from a work perspective, and
mhm.
it's really not. And then we left Bali and did these 2 small islands, which I thought, "There's no way either one of these is gonna be workable." It was one of those things of, like, "We're passing by, this place has really good snorkeling, we should just go check it out." But one of the islands had that immediate yes factor where I was like, "Oh,
Yes.
Mhm.
this feels good. I could totally see us here."
Yep.
So it was an unexpected yes and 2
Mhm.
unexpected no's.
Right.
We've still got one more place, one more island that we wanna check out that might be a possibility, but, it is one of those things of, like, real estate, a relationship, you
Right.
do have that first, and then you're like, "Okay, yes, that's a good piece of information, but we might need to explore a little bit further to see if things can
Right.
change."
And that's so are you looking for, like, to go same thing with real estate. Where can we live? What's the Wi-Fi like? If I need to get back, is it 12 hours, 24 hours? I mean, are those checklist kind of things? I'm asking for purely selfish reasons because when we do this, it's like people say the same. It's like you got to stay there for a long time. It's like, no, I got to do reconnaissance first before I decide to stay somewhere a long time. It's
Yeah.
like you have to go say, I'm going to look at this because you want to, not because I want to. It's that kind of. And then you go, oh my god, I love it too. I mean, it's like, so do you go through with a list of there are 6 things that are non-negotiable and then 47 that we'll have conversations about.
Yeah. Um, we have a couple of very important priorities that are in direct contrast to one another. So, there is a
Oh,
very small needle that we're trying to thread in that we definitely need strong and reliable Wi-Fi. It would be nice to be close to a major airport so that when I need to do a keynote, I can get somewhere easily. But on the flip side of things is we don't like the big tourist destinations. We
Right.
like being a little more off the beaten path. I mean, just for us personally, one of the reasons why we like to travel the way that we do is that it's very different from how we
Mhm,
live at home. And for us, like, that's the whole point. But I get for some other people, you're like, I also love to travel, but I also want my modern conveniences.
mhm.
The only modern convenience that we really want is Wi-Fi and electricity. Um,
Yeah,
so
and a
and
I think
coffee.
non-skin damaging bidet.
Yes,
exactly. Yes. Yes.
yes, coffee. It's like
Um,
coffee. I'll go anywhere with coffee and 1 toilet. I
yeah,
beyond that, I'm fairly easy,
yeah.
so, yeah.
And what I didn't fully realize is that here in a lot of the areas, well, the more dense areas, it's not walkable. And I'm one of these people of like,
Oh.
anything is walkable. You can practice your fitness literally anywhere. Like, that's just an excuse. A lot of these places, there are no sidewalks, and the roads are very narrow, and they're not designed for cars and bikes. Or not bikes, it's cars and scooters, like, that is
Mhm,
it. Being a pedestrian is not a thing in a lot of these places, like, riding your bike, eh, that's not a thing either, and the lifestyle that we have, like, walking where we need to go and biking where we need to go is it might sound dumb, but, like, it's a high priority for us from a
mhm.
environmental perspective, from,
Right.
like, a health and fitness perspective, um, so I'm still just kind of trying to withhold some of my immediate judgment because
Mhm.
it's just different. It's just different.
Right.
Well, and you're also there during the incredibly hot, humid time. So
It's
that's a
peak
big factor,
travel.
is it? Is it?
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
yeah.
peak travel season right now, so it is
Oh,
the major tourist spots, you guys, are overrun, and I'm maybe gonna get a little hate for this. Instagram
Mm-mm.
has ruined
Yeah.
travel. Everybody's trying to get that Instagram
mm,
shot for their feed. You've got a million people trying to get this shot. Everybody's being oblivious to one another.
Mhm.
We were on a beach yesterday, like this pink sand beach, which is really amazing, and we just sat and it was like watching monkeys in the zoo as everybody's
Yeah.
like, that's
That in
they're
itself is
spending
an entertainment.
they're spending their entire time
Yeah.
instead of, like, enjoying what's there,
Yeah.
getting their shots for social media. Like,
Aren't
Mhm.
people funny? What's so
travel
funny?
has really, really changed in the last handful of years. We used to never
Yeah.
see that, and now people are specifically traveling to a destination to get a photograph of themselves. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen this trend, like this swing that goes out over the rice fields.
Yeah.
Literally, they will rent you the dress. Because 'cause I'm like, "Who packs a dress with
Mhm.
an 8-foot-long train that
Yeah.
Oh my god.
you come, you pay of, like, you're gonna get a photographer, you're gonna get the swing, you're gonna get you're in this stunning
Yeah.
rice field, you're in nature, and it's all about, like, getting this
Get the
shot
shot.
and not caring who else is trying to walk past or it's
Well, I've got a question for that. Is what does the dress smell like after it's been rented 15 times by people in sweaty places?
and it is hot and sweaty, and I was like and that thing, it looked like it was made out of, like, nylon. We're not talking about a breathable, gauzy material
Mhm.
here. We're talking
Right.
about a sweat
Don't
dress.
let Typhoid Mary near that. She'll get something else. No.
That that is one thing that we have started to do when we're somewhere. It's like, if you're gonna take the shot, know exactly what you're doing it for, and then put the phone away. Because what we will have you have 15 minutes on Instagram. Okay, that's me personally. I give myself 15 minutes a day, and I'm done. It's like I cannot go down this rabbit hole because I am missing life. It's like television. It isn't remember, it's like, you can't watch television for more than X amount of time, and it's just like everywhere I go, I see people doing that very thing, and I have heard from friends who live in other places around the world that in peak tourist time, and it's always so effing hot, so nobody's in the best mood,
Mhm.
that it's like tempers get a little high trying to get the shot, and you forget that you're in a spot that should be revered and put your damn phone away kinda thing.
Well, this is a curious thought. Do you think everybody's doing that because they know they're gonna get dementia and they're gonna forget, so they want a picture to prove it?
I've been here, I've done this. Yeah, exactly. Because it's I don't
Just bring
know,
it
I
back to a little
just
curious notion there, you know?
yeah. No, I but no,
It
I've
is a
se
very
I
curious thing that people have lost their sense of time to live in that moment
Mm.
and to enjoy
Mhm.
what that moment gives them. And it sounds as though in some ways to me, Jen, you you guys are actually taking that phenomenon of crazy and turning it into a little entertainment, a little sport. Like, "Oh,
Mhm.
look at that one. Oh, look at that one. Oh my god." I mean, I think that sounds entertaining in itself, so
And the
takes a bad
outfits
thing into
that
turn it into a fun thing.
yeah, the
The
outfits that they're
outfits, yeah.
traveling in. Like, yesterday, we went to Komodo Island. So, like, you're kind of, like, walking out into the bush and the brush, and you've got women in these giant dresses and their hats, and, then we were on a boat, and I watched one woman for, like, 20 minutes on the boat, like, and then she's putting on her
Oh my
eyeliner,
god.
she's putting on her lipstick, and I'm
Oh,
trying not to, be judgy and, like, noticing, like, "Jenny, that's just really fucking judgmental," but I can't just help but notice these, 2 big differences that we've been seeing in the time that we've been traveling is traveling before everybody had
mhm.
mobile phones or cell phones. I remember the first time we went to India, nobody had a phone. Then the second time that we went to India, then we just started noticing a lot of like, not everybody, but a lot, and that you would see, walking down the street instead of shopkeepers or people actually talking to each other, they would just be sitting in their little shop doing this, and this trip, I noticed it was night, and we were in a car. and it was all these little shops, and there's people walking by, and everybody was sitting alone in their shop with this blue light. And I was like, "Wow, like, we're all here, we're all together,
Yeah.
but everybody is alone on this thing."
Mhm.
And yet
Wow.
feeling like you're a sense of connection to this bigger, broader world, but the bigger, broader world, it might not be bigger or broader, but it's right there of like so having more people be on their phones and now people making sure that they get the shot for their social media feed.
Mhm.
Wow. You guys, big difference.
Yeah.
Well, there has been documented proof that the birth rate in the United States has gone down since you probably saw that
I
article.
just saw that.
Since yeah, and it was particularly iPhones, but I think that was because they had more quantitative data. I
Mhm.
thought, how fascinating is that? And I think that phenomena is real in so many different ways, but man, now they have documented proof.
Yep.
Tell you when
Thanks,
Bella
Steve.
yeah,
Thanks, Steve.
when Bella was, like, middle school, early high school, I'm like, "I know that girl's not getting pregnant because she's never spending time with anybody of the opposite sex." I'm like, it was clear to me then, these
Who
kids are
knew?
not they're not getting physical because they're never in actual physical proximity of one another.
Yes.
So,
Who knew that was the byproduct of, of a
That's birth
mother's
control.
concern?
totally.
Here, yes, yes, you can have a phone. Yes.
Yes, exactly.
I mean, I suppose you could have put a little pocket in the back for the condom, but, still, it's like, you don't need that. Here you go.
That's exactly it. That's there is I put this in chat. There is what is happening, and I think of this every single almost I would say I probably think of this once a week. Star Trek: The Next Generation. It was in 1991. There was an episode called I think it's this is the right one called The Game, season 5, episode 6. This is what Google AI is telling me when I said, "What the hell was this?" Um, One of the Commander Riker comes back from a vacation and everybody has these glasses on and they're playing like a video game, but it's a mind control thing. And pretty soon, all the crew can't get out of this thing. And I think of that all the time because there was like this euphoric kind of, oh, it's almost like gambling. And that's what the algorithms are. I was like, oh, I keep seeing, oh, the little baby hippo. Oh, there's this. Oh, da, 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 da," and 45 minutes later, which is why I have a 15-minute timer. Like a child, I literally put the child lock on my phone because I would be what we used to call wasting time watching House Hunters International, HGTV.
Oh,
Now it began to happen on Instagram.
that's
Well,
game theory.
did you guys
Go
Yeah.
ahead, Jen.
read Infinite Jest?
Mm-mm.
Um, mm, okay. Hard read because the book is literally like this thick. There's very little punctuation in it. It kind of goes all over the joint. But he describes um, there is this um, movie that once people see it, they can't leave. Like they're literally so addicted that they will just sit there and they will not eat and they will not sleep and they're just like so addicted to this thing. I don't remember what year Infinite Jest was written, but I keep
96.
thinking about like and
Yeah.
of course the book with like this movie is a metaphor for so many different things, but it makes me think about this makes me
Yeah.
think Infinite Jest all the time.
Yep. Yeah.
I
It's weird. Yeah. When you say that, it's just like there's so many other things you could be doing that instead of looking at this. Because when you were in that car driving by and you saw all the shopkeepers on their phone, I'm like, you are just leaving money on the table by not interacting with other human beings. I mean, business
yeah.
alone, you're losing money, but just the being being a human being too. It's just like, yeah, you
I
see it
have
all
it. That is such a great visual, though, Jen. That's like cinematic. That
It was. It's
observation of what
night.
you went by, and
There's
yeah,
these discrete cubes. Everybody's in their cube with a blue
Mhm.
glow, not
yeah.
interacting. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
Oh, some
trippy.
filmmakers got to do that and use it because it's such a that's powerful.
yeah,
That
Yeah.
is powerful. But that dopamine thing that you were talking about earlier from the game episode, they actually mentioned that whole
mhm,
dopamine thing is that's the part of game theory that you are
yeah,
making people get to a level in which they get that rush, and then you have to make it just a little bit harder so they can get that rush again. And that's the
mhm,
addictive quality of
yep.
a lot of screen behaviors. You know, I dipped in that once, and I don't really like thinking about that, but that is what happens to us. That's why the feed of an algorithm is so you have a lot of discipline, Susan, to say 15 minutes and you're done. A lot. A lot of people
Oh,
don't.
that was because, my screen time was some weekend was like 4 hours on TikTok and Instagram, and I was like, I used to hate House Hunters because we would get home at night and sit from 7 to 11 and watch House Hunters International, some of which we had seen before, yet judged this and you're just like, "What is going here?"
Well,
It just
personally,
it's
I think that is the universe telling me right now because I cannot find the cables for my TV that I
exactly.
shouldn't be watching TV. I should be doing other things. So I'm taking that as a okay, universe, hide them as long as I can't find them, then I will
Yes.
be doing other things. So there you go. One of them is having this wonderful conversation with you 2, so that's
Yeah.
even better.
You know what
Oh,
that
it's
Yeah.
reminds me of though, Paul, too, is, just how much our environment unconsciously influences our behaviors and that, you
mhm,
know, we're unconsciously triggered by certain things that we see. It always fascinates me when I move and I'm in a brand new environment. It kinda makes me think of, like, this is an opportunity. So, Paul, the fact that, like, you can't find the TV cables, what if you actually didn't?
Yeah, I
Like,
know.
this is a brand new environment.
yep,
This could be a new opportunity to create an environment that's more conducive, like Susan figured out, like, I have to put the timer on my phone
Yep,
of, like,
exactly.
what if we
I'm
actually just don't do a TV in this space?
exactly. I think you've done that, haven't you? You I don't think you even have a TV, do
We
you?
don't and
So
so when we were
so
renting out our
I think
house,
that's a it's like
people
preach.
yeah,
It's
people were
great.
like, "Do you have a TV?" And we were like, "No," and they're like, "Sorry, moving on, that's a deal breaker for us." But I'm like, "Really? Because if
wow.
you really want to, you could just watch on your laptop." But
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly. Exactly.
You can
Exactly.
stream it all. Yeah,
It's
yeah,
you
not
can stream it all.
impossible to use another device,
yeah.
but, yeah,
Anyway,
it's fascinating though that the moving thing you're talking about, it's oddly conducive to what you were talking about earlier about where you're relocating. It's like this place we're looking at, okay, I want some things that I've wanted for a very long time because of general health concerns that I have with, say, water supply and that kind of thing. So, immediately put in the whole house water filter. Never had one before. So excited about it. Immediately put in the reverse osmosis so we can have very healthy water to drink with, cook with, do our pets with.
Mhm.
That sounded weird, but you know what I mean. Feed the, feed the
Right,
cats,
right.
give them good water all the time
cats
rather
need that
than
artisanal water, Paul.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Well, I'm just thinking there have been various opportunities to do lifestyle change that is a decision and a goal that has been underlying a long time, and I kinda think that I'm getting a body nudge to say, "No, you don't need to necessarily do this, or you don't need to
Mhm.
necessarily do that. There's no room for that, so you have to do this instead." "Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
cool, cool." So, I'll just take it as a message and run with it.
Yep.
I'll report back to see if we ever find them. Might just be a screen hanging there for no reason.
Well, and if you do find it, you could choose not to install it, but maybe because you can take, I think it's Prime says, "Do you wanna put this on a local TV or push this out to other screens that are connected?" So you don't even need cables attached to it other than probably a Prime cable or something like that,
Oh, yeah. No,
so you don't need the
there's all
TV
kinds of ways to
part.
do that if you wanted to see anything. I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah.
for
Susan,
instance,
stop giving Paul workarounds.
I don't need to work around. I know those already. Thank you. I've been already working around, but I'm trying to think of, okay, well, what if we turned that into a piece of art instead? You know, that because
Yeah.
you can put up
Yes.
things all
Or
the
yeah,
time and
have, like, your
rotate different things.
photos scroll up.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh
and
my god, please do that.
and
Yeah.
speaking of photos, that's a great segue. You guys have some amazing images you're taking on your travels. Is there anything, in that vein that, isn't a selfie necessarily, but is something that you'd like to share?
Um, I mean,
What catches the eye? That one in the rice field of we should include it somehow in the show notes or something, but there's one of a worker in the rice field that's just like, wow, that is
Mm.
so awesome. Just took
yeah.
me right there. Right there.
Tiffany brought her nice camera, which it's kind of a pain in the butt to haul around, but
They're not very nice camera.
oh, it's still not an iPhone camera.
Yeah.
It's
You
a nice piece of glass, as they used to say.
yeah. You call it your spy lens?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like a zoom lens that she can get shots where she's not all up in,
Business. Oh,
his
yeah.
business, but I don't know. I mean, I still think we a lot of the times sort of kick ourselves of like, "Ah, we never took any photos of that." But it's just because we were actually just in the moment.
Yeah.
Um, we used to Tiffany used to have this little, goal for herself that there would be, like, the shot of the vacation that we would print, and it would go on the wall at home. So, like, every trip had the shot, um,
Mhm.
which kept Tiffany taking a lot of great photos, but also, I think, put a little too much pressure on herself because like, I have to get that shot." But I noticed, like, a lot of our photos are the place. It's not us in the place.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
me,
Right, right.
on
Which
the beach doing
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I mean, it's great to have pictures of yourself and of you experiencing something, but I think you guys have these amazing eyes to really
Mhm.
see uniqueness and see something that you don't really necessarily experience all the time. So that's what I love about your photography.
Yeah. Or, I think some of my favorite photos are just, like, the funny, weird things that you might happen upon. I mean, Susan, I think you talked about, like, spotting the 3 nuns everywhere you go.
Yes, yes,
Like,
that's one of the things we try and do, yes,
um
traveling together. I
Did you guys have a
appreciated
bingo card?
We do not, but we've talked about that. I like when I'm in the airport of like, okay, next person that spots somebody with a fanny pack or
yeah,
Crocs. Although, wow, Crocs are super popular on an international level. Just FYI, everybody.
Really?
Oh my god, everybody's in Crocs, but fancy Crocs. I was like, I didn't realize these were such a thing.
yeah,
Do they have
Crocs.
heels?
Yeah, platform Crocs, heel
Really?
Crocs, Crocs with
Yeah, no,
tools, Lego Crocs. I mean, they're
yep,
Ouch.
yeah,
I
yeah.
step
Crocs
on
is
a Lego and
licensed.
I cry.
Yeah, no, Crocs has licensed a bunch of shit.
Oh,
Oh
says the
man.
marketing guy. I'm already thinking of like, oh, that's a great marketing campaign of like the Lego Crocs, and there's a lot there. That's rich.
Yeah. I'm like, ow.
Yeah,
Not on a Croc. If you're wearing a Croc, you can step on all the Legos you want.
yeah.
It's like nothing
I
will happen.
suppose so. I suppose
Tiffany, is
so.
there anything other like remarkable or something that stopped us in our tracks? I'm
The
sure
monkey
I'll think
peeing
of
on
like
your
10
shoulder.
things later.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well,
I loved I lived the monkey on your shoulder that peed on your shoulder.
No, he
Because
bit.
monkey Oh my god, I just thought because I thought you said it peed on you, and
No,
monkeys it
it
bit
bit
you?
me. Yeah, so, we go to this monkey forest, and of course, like, there's all this signage. Do not touch the monkeys, do not feed the monkeys, do not make direct eye contact with the monkeys, and I just literally thought, like, you would move through, you would see them in the distance, cute, whatever. Um, I think 2 things were drawing the monkeys to me. I have a bright yellow backpack, and then I
Oh,
had a couple of necklaces on and dangly jewelry. And also, like, most people were just, like, walking through. We love to just, like, sit down and just
yeah,
watch because you can start seeing, like, the social dynamics, who's aggressive, who's greedy. So I think just the fact that I was just sitting and not moving, I was just literally not moving, just taking it all
yeah.
in, backpack, the jewelry. So one of them jumped in my lap and just was, like, eating a snack, and I was like, "Oh my god, okay." And then another one came and, like, they'll try to get stuff out of your backpack. I thought I had everything out of the pockets, but there was, like, a piece of paper in there. So then one jumped up on my shoulder and started grooming me, and then the other one was like, "Oh, good idea." And literally, I said this in the video, I've never felt more special or chosen because grooming,
Yes,
that's a social bonding
it
behavior.
is.
Um,
Yes.
but the one that bit me, he had, numbers marked on his chest, which makes me think he was a naughty monkey that they need to keep track of. Like, Tiffany
Track
had
of.
stopped and put down her backpack to change lenses, and this monkey, like, came out of nowhere because he's like, "Opportunity, there's an open backpack." So, I was kind of trying to distract it, and right away, it just fucking just pulled itself right up on top of me and, was, like, really kind of aggressive with things, and I'm kinda like, "Heh," and it's, like, touching my earring, and then it's, like, pulling
Yeah,
really hard, and I'm like, "No, stop," but I also don't wanna be too aggressive because it's, things can fucking
then it's a
switch all the time.
fight. Yeah.
But then, for some reason, he's, like, pulling on my shirt, then he puts his mouth down, and he just goes, "Chop!" And I was like, "Okay, too far." And Tiffany's like, "Start walking, start walking." So, I started walking and it jumped down and I pulled my thing and I'm like, "If this broke the skin, like, we're in trouble."
Jesus, yeah.
Luckily, it did not. I mean, it hurt like a mother, um, but I don't know, I was like, "What was that all about?" If it
Do you
wanted
think
to
the
really
numbers
pierce the
were
skin
from
of
his mug? Well, do you think the numbers are from his mugshot or something? I mean, the
most
it
Seriously,
likely.
said
it's sort of yeah.
naughty
It's like,
monkey. I mean,
did you
naughty
see the
monkey
license
indeed.
plate of the car that hit you? It's the
Exact
same thing. You see the number of the monkey that bit you? I
It bit
mean,
me.
come on.
Well, yeah, because they're keeping track of how many people he's bitten and whether they need to update his rabies shot or not.
It wasn't like chicken scratch, was it?
Yeah, the hash marks. Well, then we were,
Oh my god.
there was a puddle and there were these little, like, young monkeys, like, swimming in this puddle and they're wrestling around and you're like, "Oh my god, it's so cute, so cute." And then their wrestling gets aggressive and they start running and they're chasing each other and then they literally decide to spiral up my legs and, like, up me and they're wet
Oh my
and muddy.
god.
And my first reaction of, like, of course I love these monkeys. I don't wanna get dirty. So I just start yelling, "No, no, 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 no." Tiffany's like, "Start walking." And so I walk, and they, like, scatter off,
So
but I'm, like, dripping
so
mud.
is Tiff's advice always to walk it off? I mean, if it hurts, walk it off. If a monkey's attacking you, walk it off. I mean, I kinda like that. Walk
The
it off.
former soccer player. Well, actually,
Walk it off.
on the sign, it did say, if a monkey's on you, just don't freak out, just start walking. Well, of course, like, that never entered my mind, so Tiffany was
Yeah.
always like, "Start walking, start walking."
So I like it. I like it. I like it. Do monkeys smell like wet dogs? Wet monkeys smell like wet dogs?
No,
Yeah.
I never got an odor of anything.
That's pretty cool.
Oh, they're
Wet
very
or
clean.
dry.
There's a lot of grooming.
There's a
There's a
lot
lot
of
of
A lot
grooming.
of grooming.
There's a lot of grooming.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh
They
my god.
include you, which I don't know, that's really special. Never
Is your
had that.
shoulder okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
I don't know, like, I think like, 2 other things I've really noticed. In human beings, we are funny. Like,
Mhm.
we travel because we wanna see something different and we wanna experience something different. And yet, like, Canggu and Ubud, tons of Starbucks, tons
Mhm.
of coffee shops, tons of
Mhm.
surf shops, tons of workspaces of, like, and I think you stereotypically hear of, like, "Oh, travel to Bali to have some sort of, like, magical spiritual experience." I'm sure at some point that was the case, but as more humans come, more humans wanna leave, but they don't wanna leave their comforts or their
Right.
sense of security or be too,
Mhm.
um, inconvenienced.
Mhm.
And I don't know, it's interesting of, like, human we don't make sense. We don't make sense as human beings. Like, we wanna be somewhere else, but we want it to be the same. Uh,
Mhm.
and then the other thing that I noticed was, you know, before we got here, we had spent, close to a year kind of, like, trying to figure this out and overcoming all of the objections that come into your brain about why this wouldn't work and the fear and the doubt and, narrow thinking of like, well, it either has to be this way or it has to be that way when,
Mhm.
it could be a billion different ways. And like just overcoming those things enough to get here. And then now there's a whole new set of things where you're like, well, that wouldn't work because of this. Well, I don't know that. And you're like, well, that's just fear speaking of that is just so much of our brain's evolutionary
Yeah.
hardwiring that
Mhm.
you have to try to be aware that
Mhm.
it's even happening in the first place, and
Yep.
then giving yourself an opportunity to just say, "Okay, hang on a second. Do I just need a little bit more time with this before I make a judgment or I make a decision of" I don't know. I don't know
Mhm.
that that ever leaves you, even if you are somebody who is brave or adventurous, it's always there, whether it's in
Yeah.
the small things where you're like, maybe I wanna leave this relationship or I might wanna start this relationship. There's all the reasons why it's not a good idea or, the fear of the unknown of, like,
Mhm.
it's always there. Um, so noticing it and just giving yourself the time and opportunity to just keep poking at it, keep pulling at it, and it's possible that you'll, you know, make a decision or kind of start moving in one direction versus
Mhm.
another.
Isn't that
That
part of the
is
beauty of travel, though? I mean, travel allows you to have those experiences and then face those concerns on a regular basis. And I think that's one of the reasons why there's so much of that, comfort stuff that people find, but it unfortunately has what's the word? When dang it, it's like homogenization, but that's not the word.
Mhm.
It's like it just turns it flat because it doesn't have the uniqueness, even though
Yeah.
they may have a different kind of burger at McDonald's in that country, but, it's just not the same as the real
Mhm.
authentic experience it sounds like you're trying to have.
Mhm.
Um, and I think that that's part of what the travel experience is about, though. I think that's there's always curiosity about things. Sorry, I had to bring it back. That's a show plug, but there's always curiosity about what's around the bend, and some people are really good at managing that because it's a certain level of ambiguity, and other people can't. They can't deal with that. But yeah, it's fascinating. I love that you're traveling. I love that. It's the best thing
Mhm.
in the whole wide world in my book. Did it for years. So
Well, and, when you talk about the part of you that wants to know what's around the bend, and then there's the
mhm.
part of
Yeah.
you that's about safety and preservation. Tiffany and I were kinda laughing about this because the 2 of us are a little bit of that yin yang, where I'm like, "Let's do this thing, let's go," and Tiffany's sort of like the safety person where and it's kind of a a good blend where
Oh, yeah.
I'm kind of like going this way and Tiffany's kind of, or and there's times where like both of us, like it's completely paid off that she's been the one that was like very concerned about safety. And there's times where it's paid off where I'm like, screw it, let's just kind of go do that thing.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And we are very lucky because this would be an interesting people writing in about stories of like, do you travel well with your significant other or a friend or just like stories of traveling with other people
Yep.
and how
Yeah.
things can go so wrong or be so amazing, or
Mhm.
both in the same day.
Right.
Oh,
That's true.
mostly it's both in the same day, isn't it? I
Yeah.
mean, that's been my experience, but yeah, I love that idea, Jen. I love that idea.
Um, you guys, when you're traveling with significant others, is do you guys travel well together?
Well, Peter and I used to travel together. We would work together and travel together in the airline industry, and yeah, we get along really well. And when we would have time for personal stuff, it's like, yeah, it works out really well. We do have that dynamic though of he's more adventurous than I am, but I'm also more trying to stay aware of situational awareness and what's around us, and maybe we should pull back from that. And but most of the time, I he'll lead somewhere that I've never would have thought of going,
Mhm.
like making the mistake of trying to open the doors on Notre Dame Cathedral to get in. I mean, there's and having the nuns, there were more than 3 that came out and yelled at us, but,
Oh.
um, there's those types of things I would never do, but I wouldn't have a great story as a result. So,
Mhm.
there's those that yin and yang thing that you're talking about, Jen. But yeah, overall, we travel very, very well together.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Susan, what about
Eric
you?
and I do too. Yeah. We do too. We both go, "Let's go do this." I'm the one we just came back from a place where they have diamondback rattlers, which are very poisonous if you get bit. Um, and you're on a place you can only get to by boat, which means by the time they find you 7 miles away and take you back to the boat and then get you back to land, you're probably dead. So, I put in the top of my favorites on the phone the number to the general manager. So, like, it's like, "We've been bit, get here now," rather than on the website looking for the main number,
You
it's like
you had the prepared one. Oh my
yeah.
god.
So we knew we were g we both kinda jump off a cliff, but I'm more the one who goes, "I do have a parachute for 2 here." So it's like, "'Cause I'll jump with you, but it's safety first." So we always go,
Lucky.
"Let's go after
Lucky
the
Eric.
rattlesnake, safety first." Yeah. So that's so yeah, but we travel really well together, mainly because we go, "Here, we're gonna do this here, here." It's just he knows I need a timeline of about noon, we're gonna do this, about 3, we're gonna do that, about 6, this is gonna happen. And it's like, "Great, I don't care what happens in there." And we have discovered the rule of you can plan 2 things in a day and no more, or maybe 1 depending on what it is, which leaves you time for exploration and surprise. Because we have tried to do, "Let's do 12 things today." And it's just like, "No, gotta go here, gotta go here." It's like, now no one's happy and we also know we have to be fed. or it's a nightmare. No one can make a decision when you're starving to death, but you can have a fight when you're starving to death. It's like it's really interesting where the energy goes.
Oh my god, 100%.
So those are the rules that we've like eat and then go. So yeah.
You know what's funny is, Paul, when you kind of talk about things make a great story, it it's not always in the moment where you're like, "Oh, this is good," but the weird, unexpected, sometimes not fun things in the moment are the things that are most memorable about a trip, that just make
Oh yeah.
great stories later on, which I also think is a metaphor for life in general of,
Mhm.
something shitty happens, well, it's gonna make a great story, At least I'm gonna
Yep.
get a great story out of this.
Yep. That's and I think that's it's interesting with travel and just life in general, and it's like when we talk about where we're gonna move, what are we gonna rent, what's gonna happen, it's just like, you know what? Sit back, it's gonna work out. It's like because 'cause I've tried to
Yeah.
because I operated from fear in these transitions that we had, like, oh, shit," and I finally went, "You know what? It's gonna work out. Let's think of the positive things first. We're gonna learn this will be fun, never had that, da, 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 and now tell me what's not gonna work." Instead of, "It's not gonna work, how do we make it better?" It's like, "It's gonna be great. What are things we should think about first?" Because it lightens it so much rather than, "No, no, no." It's more, yes, this'll work. We will find what we want. It may not be what we thought it was gonna be, but we're gonna find enough to make us happy. And I've been really going, "You know what? Bad shit happens. It might cost a little bit. It might not cost a little bit. This might happen. This may be the perfect thing." But it's just the
You may have a
it's
monkey bite you,
you may have a monkey bite you, but it won't break the skin. So, it's like
Exactly, exactly.
and you'll get a great
And
story out of it.
and
yeah,
great photos and great video.
Oh,
exactly.
Susan, you brought up something, and I just had a call with a coaching client right before this of and she's, like, navigating a big life transition. Like, you will figure this out because
Mhm.
you've been and this is for everybody, you've been figuring it out your whole entire life.
Yeah,
What would you suddenly stop figuring things out? You figure it out. It's what you've always done.
yeah.
But, for some
That's
reason,
yeah.
we
You go negative for especially when you're in a new experience, I always think it's like, "Oh, no, oh, no, oh, no," because it's not part of you yet. When it's part of you, you can go, "Yeah, I got this. It's happened before." And people, I think, forget it's happened before. The geography was just different. So there might be 3
yeah.
things to change instead of 2. It's like you'll figure it out. We're all smart enough to figure it out. Most of us, let me qualify that. Most of us are smart enough to figure that out. But it's like you in your life, you seldom find yourself in a position where you're like, "I got nothing." No, and those
Well,
things are like, I lived through
well,
a
that's
tornado.
the
Like,
voice of Sneaky Pete, isn't it? I mean,
Mhm.
Sneaky Pete is just we're stuck with that voice, and sometimes you really have to beat the living shit out of little Sneaky Pete because
Mhm.
but I guess that's a little more violent than it needs to be, but and it
Uh,
is more of
Good.
a well, remembering that you figured it out before obviously comes with a little bit of age and wisdom and having
Mhm.
experience, but at the same time, it's easy to forget. And I think that's the role of that sneaky guy and what we do to
Mhm.
ourselves. So, you know, that's where I'm going to just bring it back to travel. If you're afraid of travel, you are really limiting yourselves to a lot of things that you could experience because you've dealt with mostly everything that you've dealt with travel, just in a different location. And you'll
Yeah.
figure it out. You will figure it out. You have to be more prepared in some ways, but
yeah.
I'm so pleased to hear these travel stories because they energize me. I think it's great.
Yeah. I
But
would say I don't know if we can be more prepared at this age of life. It's more like I'm gonna go back into my history and pull the answer forward for this. Because
Yeah.
honestly, it's like there's enough we can go. It might not be the same experience, but it's close enough with this one and this one, and I'm gonna do a mashup,
Well,
find the
those are
answer.
those are life
Which
experiences all over the place. Because
that's what they're
I mean,
for,
because
for
this
God's sake.
moving, I just moved household. How many times have I moved
Yeah,
household? I moved so many times, and I'm like, every time I think I know what I'm doing, and it's like, yeah, you kind of know, but you don't. And then suddenly things are different, but then you go, yeah, okay, I can't find that. That doesn't mean I need to go buy one. I'll just live a different way until I find it,
yeah.
like cables for a TV. But
My TV
it's
tables, yeah.
it's just every single time it's gonna be disruptive, and how much you gonna get upset about the fact that it's disruptive? That's the piece of it, and I think that's, going through life too. Sorry to try to make this a big old metaphor, but, when you travel, you run into that again and again and again and again, and still the
Mhm.
axia or the consistency of human nature, you fighting over your 16 bucks, it's it is there. There's a principle of right and wrong that is there regardless of the culture, regardless of the situation. It's like your beliefs. And so, um, I, that doesn't change. That just
Mm-mm.
doesn't change.
Yeah. Well, I think that's such an important point that both of you have made is that while the details of a scenario might be different, the themes you've
Mhm.
probably dealt with before. So you have the tools,
Yeah.
like a hammer can be used for so many different things, but you have the hammer. We all have the hammer, we
Yeah.
have the screwdriver of like,
Yep.
you have what it takes. And yes, maybe you've never done this very specific thing before,
Mm,
but you've done the genre. There's been an unknown, there's been an obstacle, there's
Yeah.
been a fear. Um,
mm,
like I like something I one of the socials, like, you have 100% or, like, on your very worst days, remember you have 100% track record of getting through everything
Yes.
that life has
Yeah.
you're batting 1,000. You're
Yes.
batting 1,000.
Literally. Yes. Yes.
yeah, exactly, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So
Well, and
much
you guys have
judgment that we
moved?
put
Yeah.
on it.
You guys have moved before. You've picked up from one place to go to another place. Well, both of you have. It's like, we've just gone, we're gonna move from this neighborhood to this neighborhood. But I mean, you guys have said, we're gonna leave this city, leave this country, leave this and go do it somewhere else. And so you've done it before. So it's very doable. I'm fascinated to find out what you guys will decide when it's like, I've done this before. And you have a sense of what you're looking for, and when you'll know it when you find it, and that is, like, the coolest. That's, like, that expectation of, "I'm gonna find the present I'm looking for." It's like,
Yeah.
that's the cool thing. That's what's really I'm excited about that.
I'm cool. I think it's cool you have a short list and you've gone through the short list, and some of them were surprisingly were absolutely not. And others were like, yeah, here's home.
Yeah.
I think it's cool as hell. I'm excited to hear how that unfolds.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What's interesting is, like and it's also never been easier, I think, to do research, whether,
Mm,
just
Yes.
using the regular internet or using an LLM. um Yeah, it's never been easier
Mhm.
to find information to help you make a decision or to
Yep.
overcome some of the perceived obstacles that you
right.
think you might have. I mean, information is power, information is confidence. Sometimes you don't have
Mhm.
the best information. Oh, okay. I got a bone to pick with Claude. Claude has been great. It helped me plan this entire like, figuring out timelines, blah, 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 like, "Oh, I love you." Claude has fucked me over twice on a simple time zone conversion.
Yep.
Time zone conversion,
Oh,
where I'm like now I'm like, "Claude, are you sure? Oh,
Yeah.
you're right. I
Yeah.
had
No.
miscalculated." And I'm like, "Ah,
yeah. You would think that'd be easy, don't you?
help me
Oh,
understand what is happening here."
Do you there
it's a
is an app
construct. It's a
because yeah.
construct.
It's yeah, no, it's I've had that same thing with Claude. Paul heard me we were talking this morning and I said, "Look what Claude did. Is this a piece of crap or what?" And I said, "Now here's what Chat did." I'm like, "Oh, Chat's my favorite intern today because Claude was a huge failure." I
Yeah,
have had the same
this
time
is hating
zone.
on Claude Day. I don't know what happened, but it's hating on
It's
Claude
totally is.
Day.
Well, yesterday too. Um, there's an app called World Clock. I would get it. It's like $10 a year, and you can put in I will show this to you. I can see where everybody is.
Yes.
There's London and Lisbon, Trish is in Florence, Deb is in Finland, and so I can put and I can't put the city because that means nothing to me, but if I put the name in the city, I'm like, "Okay, I know people who live there. Bella lives there with Jen and Tiff. Okay, got it." Okay, it's like and I have Denver. Well, Paul's not on there because on the my Google Calendar, it's me and then Paul's time zone. So it's on my Google Calendar because I goofed it up so much. Like but get World Clock because it has a calculator at the bottom. You can say, "Here's where I am. Where are they?" And it is amazing.
Yeah, but see, the
We're
problem I'm
not
running
sponsored.
into is that I'm trying to give clients windows of time where I'm available, but it's also a different day here.
Yes.
So that's what
That's
makes it
impossible.
where I was like, I get my brain's gonna explode.
Yeah,
But
that
I've
I don't
figured
yeah.
out of just a straight up internet search gives you the right answer.
Yeah, you almost have to. World Clock is really helpful though, 'cause, I had a desktop version of that that really helped me when I was doing a lot of dev with a Pakistani crew. So oh, there it is, right there.
I had
So,
you guys
yeah,
on here before. You guys are
it's
Bali at the bottom because 'cause you're the only people I know in Bali, so
there but it's helpful. Do you have it on your you can put it on your laptop. That'd be really helpful too,
yeah.
I think.
Okay,
I think.
will do.
But you're right, an internet search will do the same thing. It really truly will. So give me the thing is though, when you're putting in your query, you gotta say date and time with where you're at. It's not like, "What time is it in Newfoundland?" Oh, it's the same day,
Yeah.
no problem. But, where you are, it's like, "Oh, yeah, that's tomorrow at blank." That's the first thing I asked Tiff, "Is it really early or really late there?" I can't remember. What is it?
Yeah.
It's really early in the morning, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's
Wow.
Tuesday.
And
Yeah.
hey, it's Prime Day for you, 23rd. You can start shopping if you wanted.
Tiffany, we're changing plans for the day. We're not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you're
We're
just
gonna
gonna sit
shop.
on a
Yeah.
screen. You're gonna sit on a
Gonna see if
screen
that
and
same day delivery
shop.
works,
My god.
Mr.
It sounds
Bezos.
like, wow, is that a horrible thought for you?
Yeah. Oh,
That's
hey, one
torture.
more thing that I've enjoyed and that I have enjoyed in the past about travel, well, at least the way we travel, where we call it traveling dirty. Um, it's just like we're not traveling luxuriously, which
Mm-mm.
just makes you so appreciate the small little luxuries of, I had an orange the other day. I it was orgasmic, like, because
Yeah.
we hadn't had access to fresh fruit for a while, of just, like, having an orange or finding a cup of coffee or a hot shower, of just these
Mhm.
things that we so often take for granted or multitasking. I'm terrible. I always eat lunch while I'm reading the news. I'm not really enjoying, so like not having access to things. And then when you get a little bit of it, it just improves your, for me, at least, my sense of appreciation of some of the,
Mhm.
or a cold beer. Ooh,
Yeah,
wow.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. That's a byproduct of travel because
Yeah.
you don't
Yeah.
always have what you had available all the time.
Or clean
Mhm.
underwear. Well, that's a luxury
Oh,
too. Yes.
4 days, come
That's
on.
no, it's bring 3 pair, it's like 3 or 4 pair, wash 1, wash 1. It's like so you always have 3 clean. There's like a rule to this that I have it on notes when I travel. It's like, here's what you have to bring, 2 different locations, 2 different things. It's like, this is 3, this is 2, this is 1, this is this, depending on how long you're gone. Because I don't expect to have the only thing I
You're
ever ask
such a
for is like a toilet and coffee, not at the same point and preferably not in the same room, but, it's like those are the 2 things I'm always like, "I just need coffee in the morning," and that's if I need to bring I have a friend who travels with her own little coffee thing and a little baby, French press, 'cause, and she's like, "This is what I bring. I don't have to plug it in this." I'm like, "You take that with you." She's like, "This is my luxury. I do this. Because it's plastic and this whole thing, but I was like first I was like, "Ha, ha, ha," and then I'm like, "That's actually brilliant, and I'll follow you anyway."
Yeah, where do I get that? This is our coffee cup. I know it looks like I'm, like, chewing
Are you
tobacco
I thought
spit,
you were spitting. I thought you were doing a little,
but, like, instant coffee, and you just pour water in here and shake it up and
Yes.
drink it, and
Yep,
you're good to
that's it.
go.
Those
I am really good filtering getting a, piece of cloth and filtering the grinds through, and it's like and then after I'm, like, crunching grinds, I'm like, "I'm okay, I'm awake now. Yeah, I'm good." Yeah, it's like, I just
it's good fiber.
it is. I have very low travel, but I don't need a lot. Just like I said, bathroom and coffee. The rest, I'm
I've
much
enjoyed this so much. Thank you. Thank you for sharing your wisdom.
thank you for
and
sharing
sharing
that.
Yeah,
Coffee
it was
bone.
good to see you guys. I don't like, we've been great traveling, but being able to connect with people that you know, just I mean, really excited me because you just kind of forget how important it is, like, having your
Yeah,
people and the ones that know you in connection, so this was really good, and it was a treat, thank you.
Well,
that is the good
right
thing
in my
about
back.
travel nowadays, is that you can do this. Because before it would be a letter on a ship that would
Yeah.
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 they've been in
Or
America for 7 months
or the
now.
postcard I got from Susan 3 weeks after she got home. So
Yes. Thank you, Florida. Hello. Yes.
We could make a lot of
Jesus.
comments there, but we won't.
yeah, we
Oh,
could. We
so
really
many
could.
that have been made already. Yes.
Mm, mm.
Sorry,
And it's a whole
Floridians.
From
I
the,
think they know.
mo
I think they
from the
know.
Monsters World headquarters, I'm gonna say farewell to you 2. I hope you have a great time.
Alright,
Have fun. Have fun, you guys.
Yeah. Stay
thanks.
safe. Keep the
Alright.
monkeys off your back.
Before you go, a friendly reminder that the people on this podcast are curious, not certified. Nothing you just heard is professional legal, financial, or business advice. It was a conversation, a good one, but still just a conversation. And if something they said makes you want to rethink your entire business model, maybe you should sleep on it first and then call someone with a license. The hosts bring the ideas and you bring the judgment. And if it all works out, they'd love to hear about it. If it doesn't, well, then they've never met you. All content is copyright Monsters of Curiosity and may not be reproduced or distributed without permission.